Hello everyone, this is Stacy in Japan, and today I want to talk about Japanese school lunch in elementary schools. Is the school lunch program for you? Let's look at a few things. First, everyone in the school has the same type of lunch during lunchtime, meaning everyone is getting the same food. There may be a few exceptional students, very few, who may bring their own lunch to school. But for the most part, based on my experience, all the students, all the teachers eat the same thing. Okay, Japan has this culture of basically trying to unify everyone, trying to not make anyone stand out. And I see the school lunch as being somewhat like that as well. But it also gives you an opportunity to experience the Japanese culture. Now, pros and cons of having the Japanese school lunch in elementary school, more specifically. Let's look at the pros. Yay, good stuff, good stuff. You don't have to prepare your own lunch in the mornings or in the nights or whenever. All you have to do is turn up at school and expect to have your lunch, unless it's an emergency situation like what happened recently with a tornado coming and I had to prepare my own lunch. But that's the exception. Also, another pro, you don't pay up front for the lunch. You have the lunch for the entire meal, the entire month. You eat the lunch for the entire month, and then you pay basically on the last day that you're in that school, which is kind of cool, especially if you don't have the money right away. That's kind of cool, right? And then also it's one less thing for you to travel with. Oh, I already have to travel with so many flashcards. I have so many bags. So it's good to travel with one less thing. Another pro, the school lunch is really cost effective. Much cheaper. If you worked out the per rate, you would not be able to use that amount of money to make yourself a proper meal, honestly. So it's much cheaper if you go on the school lunch program. And it saves you a lot of time. It saves you time from having to prepare one more meal. So you save time. And of course, we know time is money. So that's good, right? And as I mentioned before, it's a great way for you to experience different foods that you probably wouldn't experience any other way. Like myself, some things I just don't know what they are, and I'm not going to go ahead and buy them. But for school lunch, I get it. I'm like, okay. Now, cons. Of course, there are definitely cons to being on a school lunch program. If you're not a big fan of rice, and I'm not, I'm sorry, but rice is served almost every day. And if it's not rice, it's some type of noodle or some kind of bread. Usually, mostly on a Friday, you would find like bread, rolls or something. So that's a con, especially for me. Another con for me, more specifically, is milk. Milk is served every day with every lunch. Every day. Yes, of course, I do not drink the milk, but I still have to pay for it. Yay! No, not yay. I still have to pay for it, right? I guess I didn't think they could make the exception for me because there are some other students who do not drink milk and they don't have to pay for it. But hey, I have to pay for it. It's not such a big deal because the lunch is really cheap anyway. Okay. Now, personally, I do not know what I am eating all the time. No, I don't know. And the truth is, when I ask the kids or the teachers, they tell me in Japanese. Yay, of course they tell me in Japanese, and I'm not always able to figure it out or even use the translation to figure out what it is, you know. But I guess I'm kind of up for new things. So I just use it as an experience to say, okay, this is okay. This, nah, I won't ever have this again. So I don't always know what I'm eating. So prepare for that. If you're not very adventurous, maybe the school lunch will not be for you. Okay. Another thing. Coming from Jamaica, I'm used to lovely flavors and spices and herbs, and it is a bit lacking in the Japanese cuisine. Yes. So if you are into great high tasting flavors, especially if you're from the Caribbean, not with the Japanese lunch. No pepper, nothing like that. So yeah, prepare yourself. Okay? This one is really biting me now. Once you are on the program, the school lunch program, you can't come off. They say you can't come off until the end of the school year. But I'm sure if you really made a good case and needed to come off, you would be allowed. But I really don't know. I'm just saying that. So, to conclude this video, if you are a picky eater or on a special diet or trying to transition to a healthier lifestyle, the school lunch is not for you. And I'm saying this especially for myself. I thought, being on the school lunch program would be a great way to experience Japanese food, and it is, and it has been, and get to eat with the kids and all of that in elementary school. But I personally have transitioned even before I came to Japan on mostly fruits and vegetables and herbs, very little meat and that kind of thing. But since being on the school lunch program, yeah, that's kind of messed up. But I'm almost at the end. Okay, so they may or may not make exceptions for you. Say, for instance, you don't eat meat. You're a vegetarian, vegan, whatever. They may make an exception or they may not. Or maybe you don't eat pork. So maybe on the days they serve pork, you are allowed to bring your own lunch. Maybe. I don't know. Every situation is different. That's like the anthem here. So you have to really decide if the school lunch program is going to be for you based on what I've mentioned before, or you just decide to prepare your own meals. It's really, really a good way to go. That way you know exactly what you're eating and you choose to eat what you want to eat when you want to eat it. I really hope this has been a helpful video for you if you are planning on coming to Japan through one of the recruiting companies or some other sponsorship and would end up in the public school system where you may or may not participate in the school lunch program. Thank you for checking out this video, and it's bye from Stacy in Japan.